Y'all, what's up? I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all things of the highest and purest white light only, with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Hello, my beautiful lovers. Welcome to any new subscribers, okay? Welcome back to my beautiful subscribers who are already here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so very much for coming, and thanks for coming back. So this is a Archangel Metatron reading, okay? So I wrote, Spirit had me watching gang stalking videos, okay? Usually when they do that, they be trying to tell me stuff, they be showing me like different little signs and things like that. And so, I mean, you could be noticing little things, little tricks and games people just be trying to play with your energy. You could be noticing that you running into the same people in the store. Like I was doing Instacart and I went to one store and then I went all the way across town to another store by my house and I ran into the same bitch at both stores, okay? And then she was like, oh, I seen you at the other store, and then she just walked away and just left. Like it seemed like she just left the store. Like I didn't see her no more after she got the chance to talk to me, okay? And so, I mean, you could just be having that going on. I said gang stalking could be picking up. I wrote, you pissed off an Eastern Star. Now they're calling all Eastern Stars so they can group up and find new angles to come at you. Old tactics are being seen and aren't working. I seen a sign that said deaf children near, okay? So these people cannot hear the divine. They're very unaware of your sacred plan, okay? Whoever this fucking Eastern Star is, they mad, okay? They could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? What is it? Aquarius, okay? Scorpio is what I'm hearing, okay? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn could be significant. Any of those signs could be your signs or their signs, okay? We got the Queen of Starships, okay? So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio is highly significant to this Easter Star energy. Also, my left ear is ringing like a motherfucker. Your ear could be ringing left and right, okay? A lot of people could have your name in their mouth, okay? What's going on with their energy? Okay, so we got the Seven of Cups, and we got the Knight of Batlets, okay? So I feel like you're making very quick progress forward, like no matter who's trying to harass you or whatever. I don't even feel like it counts as harassment because they do such stupid shit, right? They do the dumbest stuff. Like, how is this supposed to affect me, It's like they do really dumb things to try to attack you. They do a lot of strategizing. I feel like they move very hastily when it comes to you because they move off of emotion, off of anger, and this is why you win every single time when it does come to them playing with you or them trying to slow down your progress or whatever, okay? We got the Seven of Cups, okay? So I feel like your options are really open to you at this time. You could be seeing things a lot clearer than you ever have, and like I said, these people, they're watching you on the outside of you, with the Ten of Cloaks, okay, which is the Ten of Wands. I feel like they're watching, waiting for you to be burdened. They're waiting for you to be burdened by them, right? Waiting for you to step out of this leader type of energy, waiting for you to just give up on, all of this beautiful divine abundance that Spirit has you awakening in your life, And I don't know, it's like they're very passionate about the movements that they make toward you. They feel like there's some sort of mastermind or some shit like that with the King of Batlets, but, at the end of the day, you are the Empress or the Emperor in this whole shit. It's like there's nothing they could do. They could be trying to send you some sort of telepathic messages or trying to tamper with your downloads, all while showing you love, smiling in your face. Like I said, I seen that lady. She didn't look rude or mean or nothing. I've got a major feeling that was just a weird feeling when I seen her again, on that aisle that we all the way across the store. She was like, I said to her, oh, I do Instacart, that's why, Okay, but like, what's the reason why you at multiple stores this far away from each other? Like, what's your excuse? Okay, she was just like, and then she walked away and left the store. Like I said, I didn't see her no more, you know. Like, I'm not pressed. I'm not pressed. I don't have no problems. Like, I'll see y'all dumbasses like, every day. Okay, I be doing plenty of shit. I got plenty of stuff y'all can watch me do. You know, and I feel like that's kind of how you are too. I don't feel like you really give a fuck, or like this stupid gang stalking stuff really scares you, and that's really great. I feel like Archangel Metatron wants you to stay in that energy, to stay very aware of all of the beautiful open options that you have, and don't let any energies of like you feeling stuck or you feeling discouraged, or you know, don't let a lack of confidence or any kind of doubt sneak into what it is that you're doing or the direction that you're going, because it's all just BS and it's just meant to distract you from the real sacred plan. Okay, so what's going on with this Eastern Star on the outside of them? All right, so we got indecision. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Somebody wants you to be very indecisive, to have a hard time making choices and decisions. They want you, you know, to be so afraid of making a mistake that you won't commit to anything either way. You know, they want you to get stuck where you are on your path, to be like at some sort of crossroads. You could have been like feeling this energy, not to say that like you let it stall you or you let it stop you, but you could have just been aware of like, you know, why do I feel like I don't want to do nothing today, you know, or why do I feel like unmotivated, and like, you know, did I just think that like I'm fine as well, what am I talking about? You know, like I feel like you've been using very positive energy and very positive affirmations to like directly combat the shit that these people are doing, you know, and it just really bothers them that they are not able to get under your skin. Okay, we got ambivalent. It says you say you want a lover but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. You know, they want you to be confused when it comes to love or to who you choose. Okay, they want you to feel like you're making the wrong choice or decision. You could have a lot of like old people, a lot of exes and things like that coming your way, because they want you to be confused about love. Okay, they don't want you to choose the right person, but I feel like some of you are already very aware of like who you want to be with and what person you want to gravitate toward, and that's really great. You need to keep that up, baby. Okay, follow your intuition, follow your heart. Don't let any intrusive thoughts win, or anything that sounds negative or lower vibrational, or anything that doesn't align with like the kind of life you see yourself living in the future, or the kind of progress you see yourself continuing to make in this lifetime. Okay, be very confident, be very proud, be very sure of foot and steady of heart when you're making your decisions and choosing which way you want to walk and who you want to love and who you want to be in your inner circle. Okay, because at the end of the day, you really truly do make the best decisions for yourself. And even if you make you know, the wrong decision, or you know, even if you misstep or whatever, spirit always course corrects you, you know. But I don't really believe in like making the wrong steps, or like, you know, running into the wrong people. Like, spirit puts people in my path, I believe, you know, at the right times for the right reasons for me to learn something, you know. So I spend a lot more time like observing than I do judging, you know. And I feel like this Eastern Star could be like very judgmental of you, you know. They don't see the clarity of your moves. It really doesn't make any sense to them the way that you move, because they can't hear the divine. And that could be one of the reasons why you piss them off, you know, because like you're very divinely connected, very divinely guided, and you just make way too much sense for these people, and it just pisses them off, you know. They wish that you would lose yourself so that they can take up your, you know, your skin and put that shit on. Okay. I heard it puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again. Okay. So they could be trying to like train you to get something taken from you. Okay, like trying to prep you, or trying to like make little things happen in your life to where you just feel like everything's going wrong, or you get bombarded with some sort of like overwhelming emotions, but that really truly isn't your energy. So try to stay as far away from that as possible at this time, is what Archangel Metatron is asking you to do. You know, it says you feel lost in your partner. It's okay to be yourself and to have your own life too, you know. And that's kind of what they want you to do. They want you to like pick the wrong partner, lose yourself in them again. Maybe this could have been something that you used to do in the past a lot, you know, and they just want you to like give up your life and like live your life for someone else so that they will come in and be able to like mimic or mock the kind of energy or to like fill that gap of you not doing what it is that the divine has called you to do, you know. They never gonna fill that gap, okay? Because it ain't gonna ever be one. I don't feel like you're a quitter, okay? You're not about to stop what you're doing anytime soon. And this person is just getting their ass kicked left and right, getting a lot of karma. Some of these Eastern Star bitches don't even want to help this person do what it is that they're trying to do to you. Like, this person is losing all of their little street cred and all of their, you know, notoriety and notability and shit because like it's like maybe they have been able to attack many people in the past. They've been able to work their magic and ruin the lives of like, you know, big name people or whatever, you know, whoever they set their sights on, they're able to tear those people down. But when it comes to you, they cannot fuck with you, and it's driving them crazy, driving them mad, you know. They're like really reviewing their options when it comes to you and how they can affect you, you know. It's like they got all of the I heard like dog eared, you know, like they got all the pages in a little spell book dog eared of all of the shit that they tried to do to you or tried to tear you down or all of the intentions they tried to set on you, and none of it has worked, and they're really just running out of plays, running out of spells, running out of methods to attack you. It's like every time they attack you, you like adapt to that kind of energy, and it's impossible to attack you in the same way again, okay? Yeah, we got cut the cords, okay? Once they attack you in a specific kind of way, you cut the cord with that kind of energy and it's no longer able to affect you, okay? You could be about to get a new car. Somebody could have been trying to make sure you didn't get a new car this entire time, okay? Like somebody doesn't want you to be mobile. Somebody could have like been tampering with your car or doing some sort of like sabotage to your life, you know? I don't know, maybe trying to convince you that you don't take the best care possible of your things or of whatever it is that you have, you know, this energy of somebody feeling like you're not as exceptional as you appear and like you don't deserve nothing, okay? Now there's a hair growth commercial on, okay? So somebody could have been trying to like affect your hair, maybe trying to make your hair fall out, you know, doing a lot of beauty magic, beauty spells, trying to like, you know, affect your face, give you acne, make people see you in a negative light, okay? Yeah, but you clear, cancel, and release all of this shit like it's nothing, okay? All you're doing is sitting around just expecting these beautiful miracles and letting this light like pour out of you, and these people are no match for that kind of energy, okay? Whew. Yeah, we got manifestation, okay? So your manifestations are like coming toward you very quickly, okay? You're very, very attractive at this time, and that really pisses whoever this Eastern Star bitch is off, you know? Like, she's so mad. She mad, okay? She mad because you rich, you know? Because you spiritually rich, because you beautiful and divinely guided. You stay in a very fertile energy, and you can make anything happen at any time, you know? And it really doesn't matter if you're a masculine or a feminine energy. This is some female, okay? Some Eastern Star that's been attacking you, okay? Could be an older woman in your family. That's really the vibes that I'm getting, okay? I heard grandma, auntie, mother, okay? What else? Yeah, we got harmony and resolution. Like, ooh, that makes them so mad. That makes them so mad, you know. It's like even in the past, you know, like they were in the times where they were able to affect your energy or whatever, or they were able to play games with you, or maybe you weren't a master of your emotions just yet, and you kind of used to like, you could have been like a bit of a crash out, you know, turn up on everybody, you know, really get to fucking people up and doing all kinds of shit, you know. They kind of love to see that kind of like erratic behavior coming out of you, and now that you're not reacting to things in that way, you know, they're really upset upset. They hate that you always come back to harmony, that you always come back into alignment and into a state of peace with yourself, and that you just continue to like maintain this beautiful energy you've stepped into, or that you've like awakened within yourself and began to express, you know. Like, it's so upsetting. Like, they so mad, okay? And they just keep having to go back to the drawing board because they're failing to take you out, you know. Let's cut the cords and clear, cancel, and release. I heard running out of time, you know. You really are very accepting of yourself and who you are and the energy that you carry. You don't need anyone to approve of that. And you really trust your intuitions and your downloads, and they're extremely accurate. And I feel like that's something that spirit has proved to you over and over again, you know. And so it's like I said before, you know, like these people be doing things that you already took care of, right? Like spirit will be like, you know, out of nowhere, like take a spiritual bath, you know, do this, eat that, you know, and you'll do all of that, and all of that will be like the perfect things that you needed to ingest, or the perfect vibration you needed to be operating on at that time to be able to perfectly dodge this attack that this person has sent in, you know. Or they'll have you do some shadow work or do some healing on something right before these people start to attack it, you know. It's like your foresight is beautiful, okay? Your clair is very, very active, okay? Like, you are not a newbie in any way. This is like very old soul. I've done this shit, played this game a million times with you very same souls type of energy, you know. It's like these energies that are attacking you this lifetime, they're ill-equipped, okay? They're not prepared for the kind of energy that you're packing or that you're carrying at this time, okay? So there's major failures going on in their life. What's expect miracles and manifestation. We got romance and connection, okay? Big emphasis on their attacks of your love life, you know. I don't know what somebody told them, because that's the energy that I'm getting, you know. Like somebody told them something about your love life, or about you in love, or about like the way that you're gonna be after you build a caring connection with a specific person, and they've been trying to like tear that down ever since, you know. I don't feel like they really, like that person was good enough to give them very many details, or if they did give them details, like they were wrong, you know, because we have like multiple soulmates, multiple options, and multiple people that seem like a perfect fit for us. But, you know, spirit has a way of like getting those things out of our life once they become an experience that we no longer need, or someone that we no longer need to be tied to, you know. They're very good about removing those things. And I think that these people have dealt with like quite a few false alarm lovers with you, you know. So like they did a lot of attacking of your relationships in the past, but they didn't know that they were like helping to get rid of these people. Like these weren't people that belonged in your life, and that they truly don't have the power to get rid of the specific romantic interest that you're supposed to be with, you know. They're not stronger than you and that person together. They can fucking forget about it, okay? What's manifestation, harmony, and resolution? We got divine timing, okay? So all of this has just been happening in divine timing, and all of these little attacks and all of these different things that this Eastern Star energy has been trying to do to you has just been helping you to get to the right place at the right time in your journey, you know. Like you get with somebody and that person will be totally wrong for you, but you haven't had certain awakenings or experienced certain things with that person yet for you to know that, or for you to like make a full, you know, like full case or like a full file on this person in your mind just yet, you know. And they'll come along and do some sort of magic that makes this person hurry up and show you who they are, you know. Or they won't do shit. Like if they see somebody that's bad for you, or they see you with somebody, you know, this is the kind of person that'll like talk to you, give you advice, or after you break up with them, constantly asking you like, where's so and so, and whatever happened to so and so. Like I heard Lotto, okay, she said something about, and don't ask me about my ex, let's just pretend that nigga died, okay? So it's like you could just be totally disconnected from people in your past, and I feel like somebody could have been trying to use these connections that you're totally disconnected from, trying to bring them up to like cause some sort of emotional wound, or make you think about them, or make you be like, oh, I miss so and so, let me call. No, you're done. You're totally disconnected from all these things they're trying to use to attack you with their dumb asses, okay? And so like, just continue to do what it is that you do. And if you see the little bullshit or people trying to play with you or people trying to annoy you, just let that shit go and don't worry about it, you know. Because when they get to picking up on that kind of shit and doing all of that bullshit, spirit always give them something worse to do, okay? Your ships are coming in a major way at this time. You're very attractive, attracting exactly what it is that you need in every area of your life. They have completely failed when it comes to you, when it comes to tearing you down, when it comes to attacking you, when it comes to keeping you where you used to be. They failed, okay? They missed the bus. But they still trying to get on that shit, you know? And it's just like such a waste of time. And like I said, it's no new moves. It's all the same old dumb shit, okay? And this is really insanity, you know. They just keep doing the same shit over and over again and expecting a different result. And you just keep on showing them something different. You just keep expressing all of this beauty and all of the different aspects of yourself. You're getting better and better, like I always say. You're getting finer and finer, okay? Fine like fine wine measured in fucking time, okay? Divine time. Spirit got you right exactly where they want you, you know. And I feel like for a while they were making it seem like the Eastern Star person had you exactly where they wanted you on purpose, you know, just to see how far they would try to take it or how far they really thought they could go with things, you know. And they sent out a lot of nasty energy that this kicking their ass, okay? Like, this person is not having a happy life, okay? They're indecisive. They feel like they don't deserve love. They lose themselves in people that they get with, you know? Like, this person is lost. Yeah, we got the Two of Stars, okay? Being forced to, like, juggle certain things in their life just to, like, stay afloat is kind of the energy that I'm getting, you know? Like, they want you to juggle. Like, they want you to be torn between, you know, how you accept yourself and how others accept you, you know? Like, they want you to have a problem when it comes to transmuting energy or clear, canceling, and releasing energies that don't serve you. What's clear, cancel, and release? Intuition and downloads and expect miracles. We got the Knight of Wands, okay? So, but it's like you're just following your downloads to all of this passionate movement forward. Like, you follow your intuition no matter what. You don't care what nobody else has to say. If Spirit said no, the answer is no. No, I don't want to talk to you. No, I don't want to go over there. No, thank you. I don't want to eat that. No, hell no. I do not want you to make my drink. I'll make my own shit, or I'm not drinking, you know. Like, you just got really strict with this specific person. Like, you kind of put up a wall against this person because you can see that this person didn't have the best intentions for you, or they don't have the best intentions for you, you know. What's expect miracles, romance, and connection and manifestation? We got the Six of Pentacles, okay? So you are, like, receiving everything that's for you, but so is this person, especially when it comes to love, okay? Like, this person is getting a lot of karma in the area of love because I feel like they attack that part of your life the most, you know? Like, this person really likes to tamper with your love life, okay? They like to see you heartbroken. They like to see you in an energy of despair, okay? With the Ten of Moons. Like I said, this is somebody in your family. Got the Page of Swords. They do all of this shit to you, and then they watch you. They watch you so heavily, so closely, and they got different people that, like, report to them about what you doing, who you dating, who you with, you know. And that person cannot even know that they're, like, a reporter for this person, okay? That was brakes pumping or skidding, you know. Like, this person is, like, about to be forced to pump their brakes, but also is giving me the energy of, like, that person that doesn't know they're a reporter for this Eastern Star. Like, they pump the brakes on the information that they were feeding that person for some reason. Like, I don't know, maybe they don't like them, or maybe they feel like that person is disrespectful, or they're rude, or whatever, for whatever reason, this person refuses to spy on you for that person. person. I'm hearing like they don't care about the spy, you know what I mean? Or the flying monkey or whoever they're putting up to the shit. Like they don't call to like check on them or to see what's going on with them or to see if they need anything. They call and get straight to talking about you or asking about you or trying to get into your business, you know. And I think that this Eastern Star really doesn't like that. What's the Two of Stars? I mean, the spy for the Eastern Star really doesn't like that, okay? What's the Two of Stars and the Knight of Wands? We got the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So, you know, the wheel is upright for you, baby. You're sitting right at the top of it. You know, I heard at the top by myself like a cocoon, okay? I feel like you're just really not letting anybody into your business or what's going on with you. You're not telling anybody what you plan to do or who you're dating or who you're talking to or, you know, where you see yourself in 5 years. You're just not giving out anything. You just, like I heard a clink, clink, okay? You just clink, clink, okay? You're not giving up no booty. You ain't doing nothing, okay? You ain't giving out no peen. You ain't doing nothing. You just chilling, keeping to yourself and just focusing on what's important and putting your time and energy like into the right person if you're already talking to them, you know. What's the Knight of Wands and the Six of Stars? We got the King of Moons, okay, or the King of Cups. So, you know, that could represent the right person. But this is a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. What about the King of Moons? Who this? Like, what about them? Okay, we got the Two of Swords, okay. So this person, I mean, this feminine energy, okay, this Eastern Star, they could be in a very masculine type of energy, okay? Like, and they're just very confused. They're confused on how you keep getting this clarity about them and about the things that they do or the tricks that they're playing, you know. They're also very confused on like why you look so damn happy or why you always smiling or why do you continue to do what you're doing if, you know, I'm doing all of this sneaky shit, you know, like, you know, trying to scare you or trying to put fear in your heart or trying to put doubt. I gave you the wrong advice. Why the fuck you still doing what you doing? Because fuck you and your advice, bitch. I get what I'm supposed to get from God, and that's it. Your advice is something I can take if I want to, but if I don't feel like it aligned with me, I don't have to take that shit. And that's exactly how you think about people's advice too, okay? And you know unsolicited word garbage when you hear that shit. And so this person is just like very confused or trying to understand like why they can't affect you or affect your energy or affect your life. Why do you continue to have motivation and continue to have hope and faith for the future, you know? Why you really feel like your manifestations are going to come in. Manifestation ain't real. I do it all the time and I don't ever get nothing. But they don't ever get nothing because they're constantly attacking others and trying to make sure they don't get nothing or they get everything that's meant for others, you know? What's the Six of Stars and the Page of Swords? We got the Page of Moons in reverse, okay? So I feel like you will not be having any kind of like new emotional relationship with this person. Maybe they thought that like, you know, in divine time you would come around or, you know, you would want to work closer with them or you would eventually start, you know, taking their advice or whatever. But you just know better than to listen to this person. Like you can smell the sadness and despair and desperation on this nasty bitch. And you would never take no advice from somebody like that, you know. I feel like they showed you exactly who they are and now you're in a place where you can't help but to believe them and you're not finna deal with that bullshit no more and they can just take it somewhere else, you know. We got the Queen of Wands energy right here, you know. They could be very envious of that kind of confidence that you carry, of how like you look, how beautiful of a person you are, you know. And they just continue to attack you for no reason, just from a place of like jealousy and envy. What's the Two of Stars, the Knight of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune? We got Archangel Faith, okay? That's what I'm saying. This person really wants to understand why they can't tear down your faith or why they can't stop you, you know? But with faith, you are invisible and you have a lot of belief in yourself and the way that you're walking and you don't need them or their validation or their fake-ass advice, you know? What's the Knight of Wands, the King of Moons, the Two of Swords, and the Six of Stars? We got Archangel Micheal, okay, with manifest for the highest good and work with pure love. And it's just like, that's what you need to do, baby. You need to continue to work out of this energy of pure love and really continue to believe in the manifestations and the things that you're attracting to yourself, and keep taking those steps, you know. Even if you only take an itty bitty baby steps every day, always continue to do something, and know that at the end of the day, Archangel Michael is always there, always with you, always by your side, protecting you, him and any other angels that might be in your energy, including Archangel Metatron. Archangel Metatron is really protecting your mind, protecting your etheric chakras. I feel like this Eastern Star and her little fuck ass friends, they're constantly attacking your etheric chakras, your Antakarana bridge, constantly trying to disconnect you from the divine, trying to disconnect you from from your downloads, because they feel like you're receiving their downloads, okay? I said trying to disconnect you from their downloads, okay? So this person feels like, you know, you're operating out of their psychic energy, or you destiny swapped or some bullshit with them in some sort of way, even though that's what they've been trying to do with you this entire time, you know. Maybe they even feel like, oh, they fucked up the spell, or they fucked up the ritual in some sort of way, and, you know, they gave you their power, some of their power on accident, and that's the only reason why you the shit the way you the shit. But we both know that's some bullshit, okay? What's the Six of Stars, the Page of Moons in reverse, and the Page of Swords? You just be crazy, okay? We got Archangel Micheal, and it says, trust your own wisdom, okay? Have faith in your psychic impressions, baby, because they're true, they're real, they're authentic, and they're yours. And no one ever, ever, ever is going to get the chance to express themselves psychically the way that you do, because only you could express yourself psychically the way that you do, period, okay? People could do something similar, but nobody's ever going to be able to, like, literally take on your vibration or your energy that you carry. And that's what makes what you do everything, okay? It don't have nothing to do with, like, you know, what you read or none of that bullshit. Everything you need and everything that you're meant to express in this lifetime is already within you, okay? And those things within you guide you to the outside of you to find the different tools of what you need to read and what you need to do and what you need to learn to be aligned with the divine, okay? More than you already are naturally. What's Archangel Faith and Archangel Micheal? We got Archangel Mary, okay? It says, open your heart with compassion and enfold others in love, you know? So I feel like at the end of the day, you ain't got to worry about this person. You just got to continue to love everyone and everything the way that you've been doing, okay? Embrace that energy of oneness, you know? Try to see the best in people, because at the end of the day, it ain't our job to judge them, you know? Of course, talk to Archangel Michael or Archangel Metatron or whoever you feel comfortable calling out to, and ask, you know, for the extra protection or whatever, or ask for it to be very clear the signs of people trying to gang stalk you and things like that, you know? You could definitely pray for a little extra protection. That's never gonna hurt, but at the end of the day, like, these people cannot access you. Like I said already, it's too late. You already moved beyond that cycle with them, and there's not a thing that they do that you don't notice. Even if you're really good at acting like you don't notice. I think, like, when you're out, you can notice certain cars, like, you know, following you around, seeing the same cars, just like you seeing the same people, you know, seeing the same color car, like, all day. Or, like, yesterday I was parked in a parking lot, in an empty parking lot, drinking my coffee, and at the exact same time, two red cars pulled up next to me on either side of me and just parked right there, and they both just sat right there and just ate in their car, you know, and I continued to sit my ass right there. I thought it was weird. I thought it was strange. I took note of it, but I didn't, like, you know, turn my car on and back up and leave, because fuck them. They're just some regular people in this parking lot minding their business just like me. I must keep doing what I'm doing and minding my business no matter where I'm at. And I feel like that's kind of the advice with you too. There's no need to, like, freak out or feel like you gotta hurry up and move unless spirit tell you to move around with urgency, you know? Like, don't be afraid. Live your life to the fullest, because if they could do something, they would have fucking did something by now. They can't do shit. And you need to believe that, okay? They can't do nothing. What's Archangel Micheal and Archangel Micheal? They ain't talking about shit, okay? We got Archangel Metatron, period. That's what he said. They ain't talking about nothing. They ain't doing nothing. They can't do nothing, and they never gonna have the power to do nothing. It says increase your light levels and open your stellar gateway chakra, okay? So remain open to the divine. Continue to operate out of your highest energies. This increases your light levels every single day, which increases your protection every single day, baby. There's not no person on this earth that got more power than God, okay? Even though they be walking around thinking they do. Don't you worry about a thing, okay? They just really don't. What's Archangel Faith, Archangel Mary, and Archangel Mariel? Woo, we got divination, okay? So you could do divination, okay? You could be a reader, but you don't necessarily have to. You could do any form of divination, you know. I'm hearing like cowrie shells, okay, runes, things like that. You know, you could be really interested in like ancient forms of divination, you know, reading tea leaves or reading coffee grinds and things like that, you know. You could be like a palm reader or something. But also this Eastern Star person could be trying to do divination to find out your business, but they are a deaf child, okay? They can't hear from the divine because there's a lot of things within them that they need to heal, that they need to first of all renounce the Eastern Stars. That might get them far in life. But whatever, you can't tell them nothing, okay? They loyal to the death to these bitches that don't got their back or no real power, okay? but got the nerve to like not call out to God when they need something, you know. I feel like that's the difference between you and this person. Like when you have issues, when you have problems, even when you do divination, it's kind of like centered on positivity. You want to know how you can learn, how you can be better, you know. And this person doesn't. They go on the outside of them. They feel like things on the outside of them will make them better, or if they can get enough people to attack you, you'll look bad and they'll look better, you know. It's just a stupid method to getting better, and it's really just not helping them at all, okay? It says embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity, you know. And, you know, Spirit always gives me details about certain situations that I don't necessarily get from other readers or from like other people that are like kind of on the outside looking into my situation, you know. So I always recommend, you know, like if you're into divination or that's something that you already do, always do your own reading, okay? Always. Like it's cool. Hold on. That might be confirmation on that, but I mean it's cool to listen to other people or to get advice, but most of these readings are general readings. They're for multiple people, and doing your own divination, getting your own information, tapping into the divine for yourself, it will always give you a lot more details than like I could give you reading on such a general level, even though I feel like there was a lot of little details in there, you know. Let me get some of these too. So, what's Archangel Muriel, and Metatron? Ooh, we got protect your dreams, okay? So this energy just came out here for both readings today, you know. It's up to you to protect your dreams, to protect your energy. And I think you've been doing a great job of doing that. And that's why this person is so upset, so mad, still wanting to attack you or still wanting to take whatever it is that you got that they feel like you don't deserve, you know. It says you are the guardian of your precious dreams and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them, you know. And I'm just hearing like, you know, God would never give you such great power or such great energy or such beautiful talents and allow someone to be able to just come along and just snatch your shit, you know. You got to believe or even be willing to like hand over your energy in some sort of way. What's that movie, okay? The something about the Ipswich, the brothers of Ipswich or some shit like that. And the people, like the men in the family were the ones who got the power, right? And on their 13th birthday, I believe, is when they came into their power, you know. But if they could get like an older member of their family to will them their power, then they could be like double strong, you know. Well, some witches were going around like kind of strong arming other witches into willing them their powers, or like, you know, beating them damn near to death just to get their power. And I feel like this is kind of that vibe, you know. Like this person in your family wanted you will will them your power, you know, and you refuse to will your power away to anyone, and you don't want the kind of power that they associate themselves with, you know, because it's an illusion of power with that Seven of Cups energy. It's not real power. It's the false light, you know. And you are filled with too much hope for the future in order, I mean, to like, you know, entertain that kind of energy. Ooh, look at this. Protection, okay? Hella protected. It says the fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work, okay? What's divination and protect your dreams? And also, you can come from a magical family because of that whole, you know, Brothers of Ipswich thing that I was talking about. I don't think that's what it's actually called, but that's kind of what they referred to the main characters as in that movie, because I think there were four of them and they were all best friends, and they would like use your power. But also, it was really important, because I guess we're not done talking about that, right? It was really important for them to like use their powers responsibly before they turned 18 and got the chance to ascend, right? Because they weren't in their full powers, and if they overindulged before their power got to its peak, then they could get addicted, and it would make them get very old very fast, and they would look all decrepit and all beat up, right? And then they would have to like will their power to, you know, their son or whoever, you know. And so I feel like this person has gotten like very intoxicated with a little bit of power that they were able to like use in this lifetime, you know, or whatever little power they had. They really thought that they was doing something, or they really thought that they like had one up over on you, or like they would be able to take this power right off your hands, you know. Maybe they thought you were weak, or they thought you were nasty or whatever, but nah. It says, wait for winter. It says, during the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all, you know. So all of your beautiful manifestations and all these great intentions that you set for your highest good, they're coming toward you very quickly, and nobody can stop them, okay? Tell me some more stuff about this damn Eastern Star, okay? We got religious, okay? So this person could be like real fake religious, you know, real read the Bible for hours, but use the Bible verses to attack people. Read the Bible backwards ass bitch, okay? What's this, okay? We got braids, okay? So somebody could have braids, or they could have some sort of twist, okay? Somebody could have gray hair, or they could be a brunette, okay? Somebody could like to spend a lot of time at the ocean, and somebody could like try to put you in water, you know, put you in jars. They could do a lot of mason jar spells on you, okay? Yeah, we got a pale skin tone, okay? So somebody could have pale skin, and all these women that came out are kind of on the lighter side. They could just have lighter skin than you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a completely pale skinned person, okay? Somebody could have blonde hair and blue eyes, okay? This could be multiple Easter stars that they describing, a little group of them, okay? Some of them got a sharp face, okay? Some man could be working with them, so they could like work with masons, or work with like people that do hoodoo and voodoo. That's what I heard, okay? Like some sort of obey man, or some sort of like magic man, somebody that be attacking people or their life, okay? Somebody could wear a lot of black, and most of these cards the person has on black, okay? Black could be somebody's favorite color. We got dimples, okay? Somebody could have dimples. They could wear sunglasses a lot, okay? Or they could smirk like this a lot, you know? They don't necessarily like smile with their teeth, you know? They could be somebody who's always like, you know, having some little face, okay? We got pointed nose, okay? We got a blusher, okay? Somebody could blush a lot, okay? Somebody definitely, some women, okay? They could have beauty marks, okay? Somebody could have hazel eyes also, okay? Somebody could have like really straight hair or like a significant scar, okay? Somebody could have red hair, okay? We got individuality. I don't know. Somebody could try to appear that like they do everything alone or they work by themselves, but they don't. Okay, they work with other people. They could wear a lot of makeup or they could look ridiculous when they put on makeup. They could not know much about makeup. Somebody could have short hair because long hair came out in reverse. Okay, this person could have little to no hair on their head. Okay, we got black hair and we got curly hair. Okay. Let me get another one. We got bald, okay? Like I said, somebody could have little to no hair. All right, so what's the final thought on this? So we got the King of Cups in reverse. And we got the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, okay? So your divine guides are really doing a lot to handle this person, to bring you justice, okay? They want you to shine like the star that you are with no interruptions, and this person refuses to stay out of your way, okay? Like they love to attack you or to try to cause issues for you, okay? It says someone who is unable to trust and therefore seeks to take control and dominate others. Be on your guard against hypocrisy or double dealing, okay? So this person's also like a major hypocrite, okay? But they could like present, because the King of Cups came out upright before, and then I pulled again, remember, and it was the Two of Swords, and it was talking about how this person is like confused or they don't have the proper clarity on you or your situation. You know, you are a loving person, you know, you give positive regard and unstinting support that enables you to flourish emotionally or creatively. You are a counselor, a spiritual teacher, a patron of the arts, okay? This is a card that indicates that you need to find such qualities within so you can have confidence to fulfill your destiny, you know? And that's why it's too late for this person who is, you know, unable to trust in life. So they want to control and dominate everything, you know? And this person really presents as like some sort of emotional security or some sort of mentor or someone who supports you, and everything you do is cool, it's all right, but you should change this, you should do it like them, you should stop doing that and do this, you know? Like somebody who always trying to give you some opinions or some advice you didn't ask for, and you know damn well they don't have your best interest at heart. I feel like I could talk about this person all day long. So I'm going to stop right there, okay? I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, that you got something that you need out of this. And I will see you later, my love. Bye.